15%, 22%, 28.7%. Those are the biggest weight loss numbers ever recorded for three drugs in the same family. Each one adds a single receptor to what came before, and each extra receptor roughly doubled the next generation's results. Here are the three drugs. Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk, launched 2017. That's semaglutide. Mounjaro, made by Eli Lilly, launched 2022. That's tirzepatide. Retatrutide, also by Lilly, not yet approved. Phase 3 trials expected to finish 2027. Same basic family, same weekly injection, very different receptors. That's the whole story. All three mimic gut hormones called incretins. Ozempic hits one receptor, GLP-1. It tells your brain you're full. Mounjaro adds a second receptor, GIP, which boosts insulin response and surprisingly helps reduce nausea. Retatrutide adds a third, glucagon, which is the interesting one. Glucagon makes your body burn more energy at rest. Fat oxidation, brown fat activation, liver fat metabolism. It attacks the equation from both ends. Eat less and burn more. Start with Ozempic. In step 1, the phase 3 trial on nearly 2,000 adults with obesity, participants on the weight loss dose lost 14.9% over 68 weeks. Half hit at least 15%. A third hit 20%. For context, that was more weight loss than any single drug had ever produced. In 2021, 15% was the new ceiling. Then came Mounjaro. In SURMOUNT-1, 2,500 adults, 72 weeks, participants on the 15 milligram dose lost 22.5%. That's roughly 8 extra percentage points from adding one receptor. 89% of participants lost at least 10% of their body weight. 63% lost at least 20%. Lilly hadn't just matched Ozempic, they'd reset the ceiling. And then Retatrutide. The 2023 phase 2 trial showed 24% at 1 year. Big number, but it was a small trial, 338 people, and the weight loss curve had not flattened yet. The real answer came from TRIUMPH-4, phase 3, 68 weeks, 28.7%. That's the largest weight loss figure ever recorded in a trial for any anti-obesity medication. Almost double what Ozempic produced, and it came from adding one more receptor. Now, the part most comparison videos skip, Retatrutide did something the other two did not. In phase 2, it reduced liver fat by 81 to 86%. Ozempic cuts liver fat by about 40 to 50%. Mounjaro, 50 to 55%. Retatrutide nearly eliminates it. That matters because roughly 1 in 3 American adults has fatty liver disease, now called MASH. There is no approved treatment that reliably reverses it. Retatrutide, through its glucagon receptor, might be the first. Before you treat those numbers as gospel, one caveat. These trials were not run head-to-head. Different populations, different durations, different placebo responses. TRIUMPH-4 specifically enrolled people with obesity and knee arthritis, not a general population. And phase 2 trials are almost always more flattering than phase 3. A proper head-to-head comparing all three has never been run. So the general trend, more receptors, more weight loss, is real. The exact gap between each drug is not yet proven. Side effect profiles are broadly similar. Nausea, diarrhea, vomiting. Gastrointestinal issues dominate the whole drug class. Ozempic has the longest safety track record, approved since 2017, millions of patient years. Mounjaro is 3 years in, generally well tolerated. Retatrutide has one signal unique to it, dysesthesia, a tingling or prickly feeling on the skin, seen in phase 2 and probably tied to the glucagon receptor. Phase 3 data will tell us how common and how lasting that is. Availability is the part most people miss. Ozempic and Mounjaro are on pharmacy shelves today. Retatrutide is not. It exists only inside clinical trials. Any website selling Retatrutide is selling an unregulated gray market product. FDA approval is expected 2027 at the earliest. If you want a triple agonist today, your only legal path is enrollment in a TRIUMPH trial through clinicaltrials.gov. Here's the honest answer to which one should I take. Nobody knows yet whether Retatrutide's results in trial will translate to the real world. Clinical trial participants get monitoring, support, structured escalation. Real patients do not. The drug ceiling may be 29% under ideal conditions, and something less in everyday life. That's true of every weight loss drug, but especially for one whose phase 3 numbers we're still watching unfold. Full trial data, cost comparisons, and sources are in the article version at glp3.wiki. This is educational content only. Retatrutide is not FDA approved. Talk to a qualified healthcare provider before making any medical decisions.